How's it going, everyone? You guys having a great day? There's been a lot of amazing talks going on. So my name is Huralain Mohamed, and I'm a former 25 Bravo IT specialist. So I started off my journey at 17 in the Army, and for the past 15 years, I've been doing IT and cybersecurity with the government contracting, a lot of different companies, Raytheon, Leidos, and Apex Systems, and then I formed Cytec Solutions. So we are a women-owned government contracting consulting service that we have contracts with the Pentagon right now, previously the Department of Energy, and with the Department of Homeland Security at USCIS as well, offering cybersecurity services. Now, show of hands, who here is familiar with tools like Sage AI? Ask Sage if you used it previously. So I just recently got approved to use Ask Sage over at the Pentagon for us. Ask Sage is essentially the government's version of ChatGPT, right? It's a chatbot that we're able to use, which has the DoD databases feeding into it. And so that's one of the forms of natural language processing. As you can see here, there's machine learning, deep learning, robotics, expert systems, fuzzy logic, and these are the different domains of cybersecurity. But the main ones that you'll see incorporated when it comes to cybersecurity, artificial intelligence is going to be natural language processing, robotics and computer vision, and also machine learning. Natural language processing essentially is just AI that focuses on enabling languages to read, interpret, and understand human language, and it does that with like dictation software and voice-controlled systems. And it's a form of generative AI that we're seeing. That's what a lot of the buzz around AI has been as of lately. Along with that, there is computer vision. So computer vision is just artificial intelligence that enables computers to interpret and understand visual information that is found in photos and videos as well. An example of that, how we use it within cybersecurity at the Pentagon, is we are using AI tools to be able to look at obfuscated images. So these images that have some sort of malicious code or things hidden within them that we normally wouldn't be able to tell. We've used AI to be able to analyze those images and then do reverse engineering on the malware that's found with it. Another form of it is machine learning. So show of hands, who here is familiar with Splunk? Right. Okay, a lot of us. That's one of the leading SIM tools. So SIM tools, EDRs, IDS, IPS tools, all of these different vendors are now using machine learning to some capacity within all of the tools that they incorporate. So we are great heavy adopters of Splunk, and they use user behavior analytics that involves deep learning and machine language in it, so that it is able to identify patterns of user behavior based off of the analytics that we have within the system. So it can essentially tell us if we're going to have some sort of insider threat happening prior to us knowing based off of the patterns that it's seeing on those user and endpoint devices. And then the fourth one would be robotics. So robotics primarily is used in physical security when it comes to cybersecurity, but physical security, again, is a domain within cybersecurity that we still have to account for, especially when it comes to things like social engineering. And with that, there's the design, construction, operation of robotics tools that is enhanced by AI and is able to do things without human interaction. We actually brought a demo today to show you guys one of those that we have in the back. I'll welcome John to the front. John is actually one of our AI and machine learning engineers. He's been working in cybersecurity and AI for the past 10 years. And he developed this robotic dog, so I'll let him talk to you guys about that and some of the other cool items that he's done with machine learning and AI.
All right, how you guys doing today? All right. So, so this is a Unitree shell, and well, sorry. My name is John Carthern. I'm Indispensable Technology. Met Huralain a while ago. Just been working together. So we have Oscar here, which is a physical robotic dog with a language model and an action model on it. So the purpose of this dog is to essentially kind of amplify the physical side of the security, being able to do roaming patrols autonomously and make decisions and send back data to a SOC or a JOC on its own, and tell you what your ConOp is and what you need to do. As far as, also there's another tool that goes along with the dog that directly goes onto your computer, and this tool can manipulate your command line and any other tools that are accessible on your computer, as well as sniff the packets and tell you if there's any intrusions or anything like that. It also block them in real time. Sorry, it's a little bit impromptu, so. Any other questions on it?
That's excellent. Do you want to talk a little bit about the other AI cybersecurity tool that you created?
Yeah, on the computer, it's agentic model. Oh, sorry.
No, so they kind of mimic the dogs that was on Jurassic Park, Cretaceous.
No. This is a language model similar to ChatGPT. He's offline. So whatever data I fed him from Hugging Face and like a Vertex database, I trained the dog to be used for my specific use case. So it's not he's operating on his own. I had a speaker with him so you could talk to him, but the speaker is not working right now, Murphy's Law. So, yeah, yes.
How long did it take for you to build up this
The language model,
just in general process? How long did it take?
maybe like 2 to 3 months. Yeah. So I take open source models and then I fine tune them. It could take quite a while to completely train a model on your own without a server room full of H100s or A100s, which it probably costs like $30,000 to train your own model from scratch.
So how much did this one cost?
I pulled it down from Hugging Face and then I fine tuned it. So minimal. No, in my house. Yeah. Yeah.
Rough cost, would you say, to recreate, if somebody wanted to recreate, what was the cost of startups and?
Well, probably about, it depends on how much time you want to spend into it, but about $10,000 for the robotic shell and all the computer equipment. You need NVIDIA Jetsons or Orans for Edge AI to work properly on it. And then it maybe, yeah, probably about $10,000. It's a few other things I have working with this. And then the secondary tool that Huralain was referencing is it's essentially ChatGPT on your computer and it acts as you. So it can see the screen just like you do, moves the mouse just like you do, and anything you could do, it could do.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
I'm sorry, did you have one more question?
Do you plan on using 4.0, incorporating 4.0?
ChatGPT?
ChatGPT 4.0 technology and capabilities?
Yes. So with the agentic outlook, you take a few different offline models and then you'll connect one of those to an online model, and they'll actually converse as like a community and make decisions. That way they don't hallucinate. But yes, it doesn't have to use ChatGPT 4. That just has the most up-to-date information. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay.
I have one more easy question. How long does the battery last?
Oh, wow. So I have an extended battery that I built for it. Probably a day or two, but this battery maybe like 8 hours.
Okay.
It depends on how far you're running it.
What's his name again?
Oscar.
Oscar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks, Oscar.
Thank you. We have a round of applause for John. Thank you so much. So what you see here is the federal AI use cases as of September 2023 across the different agencies who have been the top adopters when it comes to the use of AI. Not specifically in cybersecurity, but this is across all sectors. As you can see, the Department of Energy is one of the ones that's leading due to them having all of the different laboratories all across the US system. So they've been able to incorporate it into a lot of what they do, especially with nuclear and energy systems. When it comes to cybersecurity specifically, we have the Department of Homeland Security being the #1 first adopter when it came to AI and cybersecurity, obviously due to CISA. So CISA was one of the main ones that's pushing for that. They have a lot of different initiatives that they have done. Also with that, the Department of Defense has been really key when it comes to adopting cybersecurity and AI as well in conjunction. And the Department of Home and Health Services, which you wouldn't necessarily think, but they've all done this by being able to incorporate relationships or foster relationships with academia, private sector organizations, because we're still building our government AI capabilities. And then also different government entities that work with AI, especially like DARPA are the ones that do heavy research. So that has been able to develop the deployment of AI across all of these different federal agencies. What you see here is the Autonomous Cyber Defense Framework. So this was developed at the Department of Energy with one of their Pacific Northwest National Laboratories. And it's a form of AI known as Deep Reinforcement Learning, or DRL. And they were able to create a simulated attack environment using AI and DRL. So what you see, this is mapping out how they were able to do that with the agent. What they used for this was an open source software toolkit called OpenAI Gym. And it created a controlled environment. So they input all of the different MITRE attack techniques and tactics into the environment. They created the attack process for it in the position. With that, the attack was recorded if there was a win for the adversary, if they successfully reached the final stage of execution or exfiltration within the MITRE attack process. With this, they were able to effectively stop adversaries from reaching their target 95% of the time. So it was very effective with the simulations that they had done. Again, it was a very small percentage of what they were able to do that, but as we continue to develop those advancements in research, we're hoping to be able to mimic the same exact responses that we've seen, but 95% is really great when it comes to the testing that we've done so far. With AI also comes accountability, as we know, and enhanced security measures that we have to do, because when you're implementing AI, the AI itself is not always secure, so you have to have all these frameworks for around risk. And then the US Government Accountability Office created this AI accountability framework. And they did this by organizing 4 complementary principles, as you see here: data, monitoring, governance, and performance. And with that, for each principle, they describe the key practices for federal government agencies to implement to be able to have a safe setting when it comes to using these different AI tools that they're going to be implementing. And then each practice itself includes a set of questions for entities, auditors, and different risk management personnel that are going to be the ones that are conducting those assessments. And when we talk about what we're doing with AI in the government, we have to mention how AI is being used when it comes to cybercrime, the things that we are going to be defending and protecting against. So the main ones that we have been seeing were zero-day vulnerabilities that are being created and are able to bypass detection through the use of AI, sophisticated phishing attacks that we're seeing as well. The different attackers are able to analyze and collect data much quicker, so they're able to exfiltrate data as well a lot quicker than we've seen in the past. Deep fakes have been going around all over the internet. As you can see, a lot of deep fake voices and audios being created when it comes to things like scamming. We've seen that a lot in the fintech industry when it comes to federal AI and cyber tech. And then a lot of social engineering attacks as well that have been doing. And then some of the ways that we are able to mitigate against this in the Department of Defense and the government as well are everything that you see listed here is what we're able to do with AI and some of the ways that we've been implementing it. Advanced analytics and forensics, automated risk scoring. We do that in conjunction with some of the vendor tools that are used. So we're able to automate the attacks as they come in on the criticality of it, and then the AI tool is able to assess the priority in which we should respond to certain things that it's seeing within the system. We also created real-time detection that's been able to be modeled within that. Alerting models, the different SIM tools as well have been able to implement detections using AI and machine learning. And then file-based malware detection as well has been enhanced. But the AI essentially monitors the network behavior and continuously flags any unusual activity that we see for investigation. It has the possibility to be able to react to those incoming threats and stop them as well. So we'll see that being leveraged a lot in the IPS and IDS systems that we use before that they're able to cause serious damage. And then we are also using it heavily when it comes to data, when we're focusing on analytics for past events that has happened to be able to predict future events. So predictive analytics for the use of AI is something that's been heavily invested in as well. And these are some of the challenges and ethical considerations when it comes to AI. Number one, always being fairness and bias within the actual data models that's being presented. Privacy is a huge risk when it comes to it as well. Accountability and transparency. Some people mention job displacement, but we don't see that being much of an issue when it comes to the government because they are really funneling money into creating jobs for artificial intelligence engineers to be able to leverage them, and also training around that. So being able to build up the personnel and the workforce within the government sector sector has been very key in some of the things that we're working on building. The main issue with it is just the lack of AI skills within the government, with it being technically more of a newer technology. Private sector was the ones that have been developing it a lot more versus the government. So being able to train key personnel in that has been one of the main focuses. Bias and misinformation impact and accuracy is another one. We want to make sure that anything we do is very accurate when it comes to the data. As we know, we're doing the protecting the confidentiality, availability, and integrity of the data. So AI will affect the integrity of it if that's not protected against. And then that is all. Is there any other questions for today before we head out? And we're a little over time. Nope. Thank you guys so much.